Carolina Week Sports, I'm Sarah Moore. On Saturday at noon, the football team will host UVA, hoping to avenge last year's 23-0 loss. UVA beat Duke last week 24-13. Last year, the Cavaliers made some deep drives into Tar Heel territory, but were only to gain a 9-0 lead at the half. The Tar Heels had 3 major turnovers. Running back Ronnie McGill fumbled at the 24-yard line. Chris Cook intercepted a pass by Joe Daly, and another one of Daly's passes sailed into the defensive backfield for another turnover. The Heels hope their revamped offense will be able to limit mistakes and put some points on the board this year. Tonight, the women's soccer team will head to Greensboro for the first time in 18 years to take on the Spartans of UNCG. After beginning the season ranked number 1, the Heels won this game against Yale to claim the Nike Classic Championship. The Heels go into tonight's game with only 1 loss, and so do the Spartans. Carolina will rely on tough defensive play to prevent any Spartan success. The game starts at 7 p.m. The volleyball team will begin ACC play on Friday as they travel to NC State. The Tar Heels have lost 4 of their past 6 games, including this one to Western Kentucky. But the Wolfpack's record isn't too impressive either. They head into Friday's match with a 3-7 record, having lost the past 6 games in a row. Carolina hopes to dominate at the net to pull out the win. The game starts at 7 p.m. in Reynolds Coliseum. What do you do after going on a trip or having a great learning experience? Reporter Katie Miller says you put pictures in an album and share stories with friends.
At least that's what Carolina field hockey player Rachel Dawson does. She owns an album full of pictures of herself in a United States field hockey uniform. She took last year's season off from competing with the Tar Heels to travel and play with the U.S. national team.
Dawson returns right here to Francis E. Henry Stadium with a year's worth of international playing experience and leadership lessons to share with her UNC teammates.
I think the best thing I learned is I've seen great leadership.
Coach Karen Shelton says Rachel's presence on the field has been invaluable since she put on a Carolina blue uniform this fall.
Well, anybody watching the game notices Rachel. She gets a lot of touches on the ball and she controls things. She's a real field general. She makes people around her better. I've said that before, and it's so true. So she communicates, she distributes, she can play defense, she plays in the midfield, she's on a corner strike. So she does an awful lot, and we're delighted to have her back.
The skills Dawson learned while playing with the national team could direct the number 3 ranked Heels through a successful season.
You always want to make progress, that no game is ever perfect, and you want to learn from each game and take it one step at a time until, you reach where you want to be.
Rachel wants to be in the national championship game at the end of the season. She wants the picture-perfect ending to her senior year. A blank page waits in her photo album for that perfect picture. The picture of the Tar Heels holding the national championship trophy. In Chapel Hill, I'm Katie Miller, Carolina Week Sports.
The field hockey team will play 2 games in Chapel Hill this weekend. On Friday night, the Lady Heels will host the number 13 ranked Old Dominion Monarchs. Then on Sunday, the team will welcome the number 7 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions. The field hockey team goes into this weekend with a perfect record of 6 wins and no losses. So for the Lady Heels have outscored their opponents 28-7. I know that Rachel Dawson has definitely shown leadership on the field so far, so let's just hope that carries over into this weekend.
Absolutely, and I'm sure they're very excited about the fact that she's had so much experience with all those professional players.
Definitely.
Thank you, Sarah. When you wash your dog, you normally use soap and water.
But coming up, find out why the drought is making that rough for one Raleigh event.